Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been gone for a very long time, but I come back with some wig content. Watch me install this beautiful hair from Sharon. This is a 20-inch, if not 18, Brazilian hair. She works at Dragon City. I got my rubbing alcohol from Dis-Chem, my Glamour spray from Take a Lot. The combs is something I already had around the house, but my brush is specifically from Clicks, the black big brush. I used the rubbing alcohol with a cotton swab to clean the perimeter of my head. This basically helps with sticking the wig down so that it doesn't lift easily. I sprayed down the first coat and dispersed it with the edge of my comb to use my blow dryer on cool setting so it can dry a bit. Went in for the second coat, right over the first one, and I cleaned as I go to avoid having a hard time when working with the glue. This glue does dry fast, so I do recommend doing the first half, and then the second half I made my mistake. Then to see that the glue is ready to lay down, I used the edge of my comb and was very tacky. I have some excess lace that's still showing, however I am going to cut this out. I started laying the hair. Then I went for a second coat of the Glamour spray on top of the lace so that it can stay for at least a week. Then I used the edge of my comb again to lift the excess lace so that we can start cutting it off. I used kitchen scissors, however I do recommend buying a nice flat pair of scissors because it didn't really cut alongside the hairline as I would have wanted it to. I don't know where the girlies get this rubber band thingy-majiggy, but I took mine out from an old skirt that I didn't use anymore and it did the job perfectly. I decided to go for a middle part, but as the week went, I actually changed it up and did the side parts. I'm just basically hair drying the hair now. I realized that I did use a bit too much of heat protecting, but we are learning because I saw the texture of the hair changing in the front. But I basically blow dried the hair to my liking, did both sides, and then we moved on to straightening it. If I'm not mistaken, I used 220 degrees Celsius, which is just below the maximum heat of my straightener. And because I don't own a flat comb, I used the side of my straightener to lay my lace perfectly in front, and then I just carried on straightening the rest of my hair. I basically go through with the straightener and follow up with the brush. This works perfectly for me as it does leave the hair nice and silky. I basically went around, make sure that all the hair is nice on straight. Went again with another coat. So basically I did this like 2 or 3 times. First time was just randomly, and then second time was in smaller sections so that it can be bone straight. But yeah, I'm still a wig installer beginner. However, I am learning the more I do install this hair, and I'm gathering the right techniques. My lace did come bleached, however, it's not towards my skin tone. I haven't had the time to purchase bleaching ingredients to do it myself at home, but that's a video coming up. For now, we're using some concealer and foundation to blend it in so that it looks like scalp. This method is usually done a different way where people use their foundation inside of their lace. However, I didn't do the bold cap method, so whether I did it on top or at the bottom, you'd still be able to see that this is lace. So this method works better for me. I start off with a coat of concealer and then I go over it with the coat of foundation, and then I blend my life away. I basically keep blending until it looks like scalp, and I make sure that it's not too light or not too thick, so I do try to make it seem as natural as possible. It is currently coming together. The hair does change color, however I do wipe that off with a bit of rubbing alcohol. It's just foundation anyway. I've seen other wig influencers use some mascara, but that's usually towards the parting. So as you can see, there is quite a difference from the left and the right, or the right to the left, whichever way you're looking at this video from. But I'm basically going to do the same thing on the other side and start blending my life away. So I do use two brushes for this. I use my concealer brush to basically put my concealer and my foundation. I use my beauty blender to blended it so that it looks like scalp, and then I used one of my concealer brushes to basically make sure that the product does disperse. In all honesty, I did my research. I looked for videos on TikTok, on YouTube, on how this is done, but everyone usually skips the realistic parts of where you actually do still see the lace. So this is a method that works for me. You'd find that these people are using this method, but they just don't show it. I'm blabbering. So basically, with the remaining of the concealer, I defined my part, and because we do not own a hot comb, we use the side of the straightener to basically do that effect where I don't want my hair to be necessarily flat on the front towards the forehead. I didn't cut out any baby hairs. I just basically took out a bit of hair in the front. I don't want to cut it out because I'm not really sure if this is what I want to do, like have a middle part for the rest of my life with this wig. But obviously, like the next day, or was it 2 days after, the pot did fall apart, but it's just a matter of putting more Glamour spray and it goes back on. After opening my baby hairs, I put over my band again and I went back to straightening. This time, this is usually the final product where I'm trying to make it bone straight. I used a bit of silicone, which I got from Clicks. A little does go a long way. I literally used a drop and then I just put it amongst my hair for nice shine, and then we move to styling. I really want to perfect all of this. So this is how the hair looked before I started curling it with my straightener. As you can see, it's not as flowy as I like it to be because of the excess product I used before straightening it, which was my heat protectant. I'm not sure if I showed it. Then I just started straightening with my curling with my straightener. This did add the wow effect to the hair. I am not gonna lie. I basically styled it. Mind you, this straightener, I bought it at Clicks. It was like 700 rand and I got it for like 195, if not 200 rand. I got one for me and my mom same time. So as you can see, I also haven't perfected the curling method, but I'm getting there we are, curling the ends. I do brush this out because I didn't want the curls to be defined. I just wanted to have that flowy effect that I didn't get with the bone straight. So yeah, and this is how we are. I brushed the hair out, started feeling myself a little bit, checked in to make sure that the lace is lacing. Please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I am back.